Alright, let's try this again. I don't know what happened with that last stream, but I'm watching my stream health basically go down to zero. Sit there and freeze everything up. That was really weird. I don't know. I'm monkey with the settings a little bit. Hopefully it's a little easier on my laptop, and I think the settings I was using before might have been too aggressive, so I backed off a little bit. Right, that's what happens when you switch up your streaming. Gotta try some stuff. So anyway, we'll start over. Big news today. Last night, the Iverson engine went out on Steam. It's available in the beta branch on Desktop Dynasties. So if you have the game in your library, just go to the game in your library. Right click on it, go to properties, go to the beta tab on that screen that pops up, and then you can opt in. There's a drop down for opting into the beta. Just click on that and it'll start downloading. It's definitely going to break. Seems obvious, but it's definitely going to break all your saves. You only have one save now. It's a completely different format. Everything's different about it. So think of it as a brand new game, basically. That's the way to look at it. So try it out. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Is everything working? Did I completely break certain parts of the game that you used to love? Give me ideas. I've been getting ideas already, even though I hadn't posted it yet. I know on the YouTube comments and some of the like on Discord and stuff, people are already kind of giving me feedback based on the videos. A few of those things have got on my list for updates. So the plan is I'm going to keep this in beta for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. I'm going to keep it in beta just to make sure that there's no game-breaking crashes or freezes. I know the first version that came out, I had a bunch of those, a lot of save load crashes and things like that. So we're just going to make sure that it runs. I'm pretty sure it is. I learned a lot of lessons from the last one. Let me bring up the chat quick. Okay. I simplified a lot of things in saving and loading, so chances are we're not going to have as many of those kind of crashes as we did last time. But, give it a week or two to make sure. The other reason I want to give it that amount of time is there's a list of features that I put off just so I could get it out quickly. So I want to finish up those features, make sure they work before we go put the beta branch into the default download for everybody. So the things on my list right now that I want to get done, I definitely want to have the league history screened on. I want sound. There's no sound right now. Funny enough, I've had a couple of people request that I actually don't have sound. I got to imagine I'm probably going to put sound in, though. We'll see. We'll have no sound for a little while and just see if it ends up being a big deal or not. I definitely want to add a bunch more plays. I'm going to go, maybe, ideally, I'd like to double the amount of plays for each formation. Especially on defense, I want to increase the number of plays there, because right now coaches don't have a lot of plays to choose from. And so you'll have man defense coaches with a lot of zone plays. I want to allow the defenses to focus a little bit more. So there's going to be a big effort to increase the number of overall plays. Probably some sort of options section on new games. So things like, right now I allow for 3 different playoff styles. You get the NFL style with the byes. You can have a straight up 8-team playoff, and then you can have an 8-team playoff with reseeding. So the idea is at the end of the Pro League season, all 16 teams that made the playoffs will get reseeded, so you know, and then the playoffs reset up so that, you know, the number one overall team doesn't, if the two best teams are both in the same conference, this complete reseeding will separate them so that they could possibly meet in the championship. So that's also an option. Problem is you don't have any way of choosing those options right now, so I got to have that as a, you know, like an option screen somewhere. But as far as major feature, oh, one other feature. I do want to, after talking it out, thinking about it, playing some games, I do want to have some sort of in-game substitution. I don't know what that's going to be like. It's probably going to be very simplified because I don't want to bring, you know, this whole screen up in the middle of the game. It's a little much. It's not, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I don't know that I want to do that. So I'm thinking of something a little stripped down, kind of a happy middle ground between no depth chart management and full depth chart management. Just there's probably a happy medium. I'm thinking something along the lines of when you're playing, you get like a little, maybe like a little tiny box somewhere, maybe down in the corner, with just the list of your, like if you're on offense, just the list of your offensive positions, and if you want to sub somebody out, like say I want to sub out my kicker, I just click on kicker, and then it brings up maybe just the players who aren't already in a depth chart. So if I clicked kicker, it would bring these 4 players up. If you look at the bottom of my roster here, these last 4 players that aren't already in my offensive defensive depth chart, and then I can choose one of them. Actually, for kicker it would be special teams, so it would probably be like all these players. But like on offense, it would bring, since offense and defense are kind of locked in, it would bring like these 4 players up, and then you just click on the player that you want to sub in. So that's what I'm thinking right now, something simplified like that. Now granted, you could use that multiple times and completely reorder your depth chart, which is fine, but the intent is, it's not that for each play you create a new depth chart for each play. That's not what I'm intending. I'm kind of intending for that situation that I got in, and I can see a lot of other people having this situation with like quarterbacks or running backs. Maybe it's a running, but maybe it's like a guaranteed passing situation, but you don't have a pass catching running back, and you know you need to throw the ball, and you just know that your running back being on the field is a liability. So maybe you click on your running back and you have a player stashed on your bench that maybe you're developing, or maybe you just know that at some point in the season you're going to have to do passing, so you stash a pass catching running back on your bench. So the idea, like, you click running back, okay, sub in my pass catching running back. You run your play, maybe you get a first down. Then you say, okay, let's put the running one back in. You click on running back, sub back, and you're running focused running back, and then you just go on your way. Like for me, it's kicker. You know, I'm at extra point situation. Click on kicker, sub in my accurate one, kick my extra point. Oh, it's kickoff time now. Click on kicker, sub in the guy with the leg, and then kick the kickoff. Anyway, I got to work out the logistics of all that and make sure that we don't end up in a situation where a team develops a invalid depth chart. So I got to work that out still, but I think it's going to look something like that. All right, so back to my league. Yeah, yeah. Old, I don't even know how to say that. Hegelians. Sounds awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that was because of you. You've mentioned that a couple of times, and the first time I was like, I don't know. And then I went through the exact situation you were talking about. Like, oh, he's probably right. And now the more I thought about it last night, too, and the more I thought about it, I thought, you know what? I do need that. So that's going in. That's in the list of top 3 features to add right now. That'll be done before I get it out of beta. Probably it'll be done sometime early next week. All right, back to my league. I did a little bit of management offline. Um, I forgot I hadn't re-signed anybody, and we were already at the end of the season. So it's probably a good thing that we took a little break yesterday, and I had to re-sign some players. So yeah, Wu and Foster. I almost forgot to re-sign them and would have lost them, and they're really good. They're kind of the core of my team that I want to keep. So Wu I re-signed. What, $54 a year for 4 years is a little scary. He's gonna be 30. He's gonna be 30 years old when 30 years old, making $54 at the end of his contract, which makes me a little nervous. But I gotta keep him. Foster's young enough where it wasn't quite as risky. He only wanted $44 and he only wanted a 2-year deal, so that was an easy one for me. But combined, what are we, 9 and 6? That's 15 more dollars for those two players next year. Yeah, it's a little. The rest of the guys I'm gonna let go. I got two kickers. These two guys are kickers. There's a lot of crappy kickers out there. I don't need to keep re-signing these guys. Plus, I want to save the cap space just in case I luck into a good kicker in the draft or free agency. I don't want to have 3 players worth of salary sitting on my roster for kickers. So I'm going to let them go and I'm going to roll the dice. My 2 young safeties are not really safeties. They're kind of these. They're exactly like those hybrids I keep getting. I'm gonna roll the dice and let those guys go and see if I can get a legit safety. I also don't want to tie up. Now that I'm re-signing my core guys, I don't want to tie up too much cap space and guys that I think are marginal. So that's my thinking there. It's risky, but I can't keep hoarding all this young talent. There's going to be a point where I'm not able to re-sign my guys. So that's my roster thinking. All right, so let's buzz into the off season. Finish it up. Scorpions won again. My goodness. All right, here we go. I don't need to look at anything interesting. Let's check the chat. Can you have 0 roster spots available going into the draft? You can. The problem with having 0 roster spots, it'll go into the draft. You can go to your pick. You could do the draft as normal. The problem is you won't be able to actually select anybody. There's a check in there that says, do I have a free roster spot for this pick? And if I don't, clicking the pick player button won't do anything. So you have to go to your team then and either cut a guy to open that roster spot before you can pick a player, or in the draft you have to skip the pick. So you can't go over 20 players on your roster. That's part of the reason I have so if I go to your team, the dead cap space for cutting a guy isn't 100%, because I do know it's going to come up probably pretty regularly where you got to cut a guy to draft a player, and I didn't want to just kill you for doing that. So it's, like if I made a mistake and I signed this guy, $21 player, a couple of years left on his contract, sounds about right, for a guy that you might cut to make a draft pick. Or let's just say even say this guy, it's only $14 of penalty applied next year, so it's not a killer. But you do have to open a roster spot to make a draft pick. All right, end season. We're going into the end of the season. I hate this offense. I'm not doing it again. Oh, this is another thing that's on my list for updates. I got to revamp this whole coach hiring thing. This is garbage right now. I just don't like it. So, we're going to change this for next season. Let's see the profile. This is the guy I had before, isn't it? I actually really liked him. I think it is. These all look, well, no, this is different. This is different. All right, it's not the same guy. He should not. Oh, he's got 2 sprint right out of 2 formations. Sweep, dive, off tackle, delay. Okay. It's got that play, that play, that play. Let's get the flow. Alright, I can roll with this guy. I'll hire him. That 3 wide is just not for me. I'm gonna stick. I'm sticking with my defensive coordinator. He's fine. Until this screen's more interesting, I'm not gonna play around with it too much. All right, so we'll do that. All right, here we are. Start draft. Let me check the news quick. Retirements. My second D end, he retired. Oh well. That wasn't a huge loss. All right. I let all the guys go. Let's check my roster quick. I just want to make this really simple. Do I even bother trying to trade up? Let's go by salary, because these are the guys. These guys above 30 are the only guys that they're going to be interested in, and I don't have anybody I'm even interested in trading, so I can just go right to my pick. All right, here we go. 26. God, I feel like I was worse than this. I feel like I should have been picking up here somewhere. Oh well. All right, position. I'm pretty good at wideout. Well, there's not anyway. Line. All right, my core. I could use a new D lineman. Let's tag him. For this pick, that's not bad. None of these other guys really interest me at D line. Linebacker. I'm good at linebacker. What I really need is a safety. So, okay, this guy's alright. He's got decent speed, good zone. He can also play man if I ever have to man him up for some reason. He's okay tackle. Okay run defense. Not really, I wouldn't call it good, but he's okay. Let me tag him too. And yeah, let's look at kicker. All right, there's nobody at kicker that's worth this pick, so I can either get a D lineman or a safety. Well, I lost both of my safeties, so I'm picking safety. All right, buzz over to my pick again. That's the one good thing about committing to your roster, is now I don't have to worry so much about rookies to make my team good. The downside is it gets really expensive, but yeah, I should start developing a kicker. I'm gonna develop this guy as a kicker. Ishmael Lynn. He's average at both. He's cheap. I'm gonna take him and I'm gonna start developing him. Alright, get to the end and draft. Alright, go to my team. Alright, I like to do a fresh roster before I start free agency. Hooper, lose tight end again. Go back to tight end. Wide receiver. Yeah, Roka's my other wide receiver. No, Foster's my D lineman. McDonald, Mendoza, Wu, my 3 stud linemen. Wilkerson, linebacker. Ashley, corner. Kelly, linebacker. I just picked Petty up for safety. Harper. Oh, that's right. I'm short at corner 2. So right now he's my corner 2. Frank can't do much of anything. This is that guy I picked up for D-line 2. Yeah, I gotta fix that refresh right there. You know, so like sometimes you click a guy and that box will show up. There it is, right there. That's because I didn't clear out that player ID from there. So future Sean, fix that. This guy will be safety 2. All right, so back to free agency. D-line 2, safety 2, safety 1. That's about right. Safety. I can't even afford $60. Oh my goodness. There's our first star player available in the draft. Running back. Oh my goodness, he's good. 99 speed, 74 running. Stream seems better now. Oh, good. Thank goodness. God, the stream. I tried it once and it just bombed out like crazy. It was so bad. Made a couple of changes in the settings. It seems like it's going okay now, so that's good. Oh my god, Erwin Hensley, look at that guy. Oh, that's really nice. I wonder if anybody's gonna be able to get him. That's $60 is a lot. Anyway, back to my problem. I need a safety. I'm not spending 4 years on a 30-plus-year-old guy though. I don't know that anybody's going to. These guys might sit here for a little while. Yeah, that's it for safety skill, though. Gee. This guy would be, if he were faster, he'd be good. Oh, man, I'm not going to get any safety help. Let's do this. We'll just go by speed. So Thaddeus, again. Just got some lag. Not sure if it's mine or yours. Belichick says skip the high-priced draft pick. That's probably smart. Especially since these guys are all old. Oh, the high-priced draft pick, yeah. I don't get high-priced draft picks. I have to trade people to get up. Somehow my team's stuck in mediocrity right now. For free agency, I think I'm going to go... Little lag, not bad. I think it's on my end. I'm pretty sure it is. My internet's not the greatest out here. I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I keep trying things to make it a little better, but you know, I keep experimenting. We'll figure out something. I'm thinking of I'm not it might be my Wi-Fi too. I'm thinking I'm gonna invest in a new development machine pretty soon, and I think I'm gonna hardwire it. God, I just can't with these guys. I can't spend this kind of money on these guys. I can't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go cheap on safety again. Alright, so 2 years. Yeah, this is more my speed. 2 years, $16. Hoyt Thornton. I believe he was actually already on my team. So this is another one of those cases where I think I should have just resigned him. Alright, let's look for D-line. Bernie Martinez. Oh, I can't get any of those guys. Oh, I would like this guy. He's 33. I can't use that. I can't tie up that kind of money, though. I got to re-sign all these guys. I'm going to wait. I'm going to try to get a deal towards the end. So that's the problem, is I committing to my guys. Oh, the spiders are going after him. Holy cow, this guy is getting bit up. Whoa. Whoa. Look at The Jackalope. What, did they let their whole team go? Yikes. Oof. Jackalope. Look at that. Over $100 just on these two players. Offensive line. They must have let a lot of guys. Well, you know what it looks like? There are just some teams just didn't re-sign up many of their players. Probably because they got into cap trouble. I bet that's what happened. They went over the cap and got burned. But then that makes them players, huge players in free agency, so interesting. Just like looks like 3 teams maybe. Jackalope, Spiders, Samurai. Old ones a little bit, but mostly Jackalope, Spiders, and Samurai must have been over the cap and couldn't re-sign their guys. Interesting. Of course, they made up for it here. Probably made out like a bandit. All right, what I got? I got 2 open spots still. I'm waiting until they start getting desperate. I can't afford too much. All right, I need to have a pop-up here. Future Sean, add the pop-up here to let everybody know that players are evaluating their offers. All right. Day 6, players are starting to get a little desperate. Not super desperate, but a little. Let's see what we got. Nothing. This guy's serviceable. Oh, he's already signed. Yeah, these guys aren't good enough for that. Yikes. What about speed? Can I sign anybody with any kind of speed? No, this is going to be a bad free agency for me. I got to save the money. Let's go all the way to day 8. All right, are these guys asking for 1-year deals? Yep, okay. That's what I was waiting for. Day 8, they start asking, well, they only ask for 1-year deals because when they get desperate, they don't want to sign long-term. So if you do like I do and you get yourself into cap trouble and you don't want to commit long-term, just get to the end of free agency. All the good players are gone, but you don't have to commit long-term to these guys. So I need a stopgap D lineman. That fills out my starters. I'm not going to commit to anybody else. Oop, here we go. What are you looking to improve? Where are you looking to improve the team? I'm trying to use the draft to improve my team, and that's only because I've committed to keeping my core intact to follow their progression. I think if I were normally doing this as pure strategy, there's a couple of guys on my team that are getting overpriced, and I probably would have traded them off for rookies in the draft, or to move up in the draft or something. So mostly that's what I'm doing. I like to use free agency for veterans to fill holes on my roster. I'm not really doing that in this league because my core that I'm committing to is going to cost me an enormous amount of money. So I'm sort of just handicapped myself a little bit. There we go. Let's get a kicker. Yeah. I'm mostly hoping to improve my team through rookies and player development, and just hoping I can keep my core together. Once I start to lose, if a couple of my core start retiring, I think I'm developing a better defense, and I think that's going to help me. But I'm really not going to do a whole lot different, which is probably not super smart considering I keep getting bumped in the playoffs. But I am going to stop running the ball as much. I mean, if you look at this guy's ratings, he's actually a pretty good running back. He's up to 8. Well, let's look at his skills. He's up to 84 in running, so he'll actually be okay. But my quarterback is just he's bordering on elite right now. So I'm gonna be a little smarter about. So corner 2. Here we go. How's stream health? Seems blurry right now and some lag. Let's look. It says it's okay. It doesn't look okay though. Weird. Well, see, if I look at OBS, it doesn't look that good. Yeah, it really doesn't look very good right now. See, now it's good. It's just so up and down. I don't know. You get tons of drop frames. I'm gonna have to do some research and figure out how to make this a little better. Yeah, it's all over the map right now. Yeah, OBS is just says like I'm dropping like half my frames. CPU's not real high, but the upload speed's really bad. I think my internet is just garbage. That's too bad. Let's put Petty at corner. I drafted him for safety, but let's play him at corner. Nope. Nope. Harper's going to stay at corner. Petty, I'm going to develop into a safety. And Wilbur Frank, I'm going to play safety. Alright. Special teams. Where's my rook? Here he is. I'm going to start developing him as a kicker. What's he say here? Is the stream working fine? It was better on Twitch. Yeah. I'm gonna stream again today. So what I'll do is I'll do Twitch and then I'll just kind of compare the two videos and see what they look like. Cause I mean I've run into this before. Just sometimes your internet. This is the old IT guy in me coming out. Sometimes your path to the whatever server is hosting you is just garbage, and there's just nothing you can do about it. So maybe my path to Twitch is easier than my path to YouTube. It could just be that simple. So that would suck, because honestly, streaming onto YouTube and then it automatically processing everything for me is pretty sweet. That's really cool. It's a couple of extra steps from Twitch, but at least for my first 2 tests, the results were a lot better. So I don't know. Well, I might try a Twitch later just to compare the two, and we'll see. It's alright, you know. Gotta experiment somehow, right? Alright, let's do my returners quick. Ashley was my kick returner. I think who's my punt returner? Let's put Roca in as punt returner. He's got terrible special teams. Let's do that. Let's start loading up my special teams with all my fast, highly skilled guys. Because I've learned to appreciate quality special teams coverage. Over Frank, you're getting in. Ooh, I'm losing some special teams talent. Looks like a lot of those guys that I let go are some of my good special teamers. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm gonna have to start paying attention to this. Alright, got my depth chart set. I'm gonna save it so I don't have to do that again. What server are you using for YouTube? Issue select of LaCroix. I know! It's early, so I gotta do the Boba Fett coffee. Yeah, it'll be LaCroix later. It's hard to stream without LaCroix. It just makes me so happy. What server am I using for YouTube? I use whatever. So there's the in the settings, there's like the default. It says you know, use whatever. There's like that default setting for which server to use. That's just what I used. I didn't tell it to use a different one. So I don't even know how to, you know, intelligently pick which server. All right, let's check the college standings quick. I want to see who's on top. Vandy's on top again. That's because, I bet it's because of that guy they had as a freshman. So he was a sophomore. Coleman Shannon. Now he's 84 wide receiver. God, this guy's good. Oh, and their quarterback's a 69. Oh boy. Oof. Vandy's good. Let me see what it says. That's the primary ingest server, so you should be fine. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do the Twitch later, and we'll just compare the two, and I'll do Twitch with the same settings as I'm using now, and we'll just see. Maybe because that'll be a good way to test. Is it the settings, or I don't know. Based on 10-100 speeds. Yeah, I actually, when it crashed the first time, I went into the settings and I kind of brought everything down a little bit to try to gain some stream speed. It seems to have worked a little bit, but I don't know if I guess. McDonald, Harper. Oh, somebody wants Harper? We'll jump on Twitch now so you can see if it's your internet at this point. Oh, hey, good idea. Good idea. Alright, that's what I'll do. Let me... That's what I'll do. I'll stop this one here. I'll jump over to Twitch and continue with the season. It seems like a good place to stop anyways. So I'll stop it here, jump on Twitch, we'll stream a little bit, and we'll just see if it's my internet or what. So, alright, stay tuned.